The oldest, most mysterious, and most evil alchemy family, the Percirad family, in order to explore the laws of the universe and find a way to create a divine being. This group of crazy alchemists have caused horrific biochemical disasters on this continent, but 300 years ago, this family fell into decline for unknown reasons, and I, Isao Percirad, the only genius descendant of the family, the greatest alchemist of this century, I swear to create a biological weapon that can rival the gods and restore the glory of the family. At this moment, the strongest biochemical weapon, Final Disaster, which took me, the strongest alchemist, 400 days to create, is finally completed. Hey, stinky rat, here comes the final set of the steps. Always monitor the purity of the azote and never let it fall below 70%. How many times have I told you? Don't call me stinky rat, biochemically modified gray rat. Isao first assistant, cheese. The purity of the azote is currently 99%. The experimental subject's heart rate is 15 beats per minute, the body temperature is 25 degrees, and vital signs are stable. Add 52 grams of black sulfur to the cultivation tank to remove excess impurities and harmful bacteria from the experimental subject. Black sulfur has been injected. Inject 160 grams of white heavy mercury. White heavy mercury has been injected, and the purity of azote has been reduced to 85%. Vital signs are stable. The last step is to drain the azote waste liquid in the cultivation tank, reduce the pressure, and prepare to open the cultivation tank. Safety valve closed, cultivation tank open. My most strongest creation, an alchemical biochemical experiment that can destroy the whole world. The Final Disaster, finally completed. Use your terrifying form to help me conquer the world. What the hell is this? I want to take a closer look. Hey, direct close contact with the experimental subject does not comply with the biochemical protection regulations. Stop talking nonsense. Could it be that this female body is just a disguise of the Final Disaster? If that's the case, these two might not be breasts, but energy bags that store energy for the Final Disaster. Let's see. Well, judging by the touch and softness, this is just an ordinary human being. Where is the left arm of the Angel of Annihilation I transplanted? And what about the Emerald Queen's sad eyes? And the perpetual mechanical heart, inexhaustible heart, improved type eye that I transplanted? Why can't I hear the sound of blood being pumped? Hey, Isao, watch out! As Aesop inspects what is supposed to be the Final Disaster, completely confused, in a split second the confusion gives way to horror. The Final Disaster goes on the offensive. The speed of the attack leaves no chance for reaction. Cheese is in shock. He loses all hope. In his eyes, there is nothing left of his partner, the current head of the Percirad family, the president of the Pure Research Society, a genius alchemist who was not killed by the city heroes, but died at the hands of his own experimental subjects, and a pathetic 15-year-old virgin. Stinky rat. I'll put Arbuckle bug eggs in your cheese stash later. Damn, that's too vicious. Experimental use of blood of the mutated fire slug. Eh? You're not dead? Humph. How could I, the great Isao Percirad, the most powerful alchemist of this century, be killed by my own experimental subject? Remember, I previously asked you to add my materialized liquid soul extract to the cultivation fluid of the Final Disaster, so my soul has a natural affinity for it, and it can't hurt me. You let me add your materialized liquid soul extract to the cultivation process. Why can't I remember? Cheese cannot remember this event for a very simple reason. Stinky rat, stop drinking. The proportion of yellow salty is off. I need to recalibrate it. Help me add this into the Final Disaster cultivation fluid. Don't spill it, okay? Okay, I got it. What is this? Wait, it smells a bit fragrant. Add it to the wine and the taste will be even better. Liquid soul. Hey, Final Disaster, I command you as your master. Get off me and behave yourself. Final Disaster, what are you? What are you going to do? I was exposed to the 3rd level. Stinky rat, give me the purification spray. After being licked by the final disaster, Isao puts her back in its cultivation tank. High-frequency obsidian crystal wall has super high impact resistance, corrosion resistance, and magic resistance, and its perspective can also be flexibly adjusted. After Isao's exposure, he decontaminates himself with a purification spray. Wait. Hello, what are you looking for? Found it. Sure enough, this woman is the original subject of the final disaster experiment. Human number, 2,252 fact. Is she the girl who was missing limbs and dying that we rescued a year ago? Why does she look so familiar? That's not right. I remember number 2,252 had purple hair. How come it's blonde now? That's the problem, and the personality seems to have changed. A year ago, White Queen Bank, Gordon Bank. Men's room. The release of the dragon spider toxin should be almost complete. Yeah, then let's get started. The toxic gas spread throughout the building. Bastard, who are you? You even dared to rob the White Queen Bank. Do you know the owner of this bank? I don't really want to know. Well, you are much cuter like this. Take whatever you want, please. Don't kill us. If you offer so kindly. I'm borrowing this one. It's strawberry milk flavor, my favorite, temporarily closed. After the explosion, the 2 criminals find themselves in a safe with a mountain of cash. Let go, you bad guy.
Pull the trigger and kill the sun this night. That is my proof of crime. No escape when you're deep in the fight.
This robbery was perfect. Isao, the most evil criminal genius alchemist in Gordon City. Well, these are the only words I can think of to describe myself. So, why don't we go to the Black Lion tonight? Grab some girls and drink all night to celebrate. Don't even think about it. Last time, you used a quarter of the money you stole to buy alcohol and give it as tips to those ugly women with heavy makeup. Therefore, every cent you stole this time must be used for the final disaster experiment. Boring. As long as we can successfully create the final disaster, Gordon City will completely become our playground. When the time comes, we can announce our identities and make the Percirad family famous all over the world. At that time, you can do whatever you want. You're right. By then, I will ask the mayor to pour me a glass of wine, and all the city heroes will be put into diapers and suck on pacifiers. Do the hula hula baby dance at the City Eye Square. We want to go together. Who fired the gun? Did the security patrol catch up with us? No, the gunshot didn't sound like the standard issue gun of the Security Patrol Bureau, but some kind of large-caliber revolver. Director of the Lighthouse District Branch of the Gordon City Safety Patrol Bureau and city hero bullet gentleman Homilk. It's Homilk, this old man. We robbed the bank in his jurisdiction. Why is he not going after big thieves like us, but stopping a small fry with broken arms and legs? Does he look down on us? Shh, listen to what this guy is saying. As expected of a member of the Hellhound unit, even with such serious injuries, she still managed to kill 5 of my first-level detectives. However, now you can only crawl like a dog. Tell me, where is the assassination list of the Hellhounds hidden? If you tell me, I can spare your life. After all, I am a gentleman. With her back to the wall and one leg missing, she is shaking with fear. Oh, I forgot. For the confidentiality of the operation, every member of the Cerberus Corps had their vocal cords removed and can only communicate using a specific sign language. So pathetic. She tries to grab something from behind her back, but her hand gets shot. Really? She's still thinking about doing something even after all this. What a bad girl. The roster is still with you. Huh? What? Is it hidden in this tattered bear doll? After his doll is stolen by Homilk, he pulls on his clothes like a child trying to communicate. But Homilk hits him over the head with the grip of his weapon. It seems that this dirty little bear is very important to you. Then I'll give it back to you. After returning the little bear, he shoots and destroys it. Whatever, even if I can't bring back the list, I can still get the bounty from those adults by bringing back your body, just a little less. I never expected that the criminal nemesis of Gordon City, City Safety Patrol, the hero bullet gentleman, Chief Homilk, is actually a guy who is greedy for money. Who is there? Let me introduce myself. The person standing in front of you is the most evil criminal in Gordon City and the greatest alchemist of this century, Baron Isao. Ahem. Oh, sorry, I forgot to introduce you. The person next to me is this Baron's first subordinate, Crazy Doctor, Junkrat. I want to seriously correct you. We are not subordinates, but partners in crime. We are actually in an equal relationship. Also, it is the mysterious and crazy doctor. Junkrat, note the prefix adjective. There is already a crazy in doctor, Junkrat, so adding crazy is redundant. I like it. Why do you care? This lowers our status as evil villains. This is a serious matter. Bullshit. Putting the two words together is obviously even cooler. I don't have time to play house with the little brats. Hey, Cheese, it seems like this old guy has underestimated us. Let's show him our achievements. It turns out that you two were the ones who robbed the White Queen Bank in the evening. Showing off one's criminal behavior to satisfy some twisted inner needs or to achieve some kind of psychological satisfaction is a manifestation of inner inferiority and lack of security. Criminals who often behave in this way are rookies. I always hate killing noobs and trash because each of my bullets is expensive, but today I will make an exception for you. As a gentleman, I give you 3 seconds to escape. No need, please shoot. Let me experience the elegant shooting of the #1 gun god in Gaodeng City, the bullet gentleman. Then I will grant you all your wishes. Why? Why? The trigger won't work. Is it stuck? Why does the gun in my hand suddenly feel so heavy? This is... Now you realize it's too late. Myocyte nerve interference gas, codenamed weak. Humans will start to be poisoned if they breathe for about 8 seconds in an environment with a concentration of 300 parts per million. You have been breathing for more than a minute. Your purpose? What is it? Are you going to save this woman? Please, we are evil villains. How could we possibly do something as righteous as saving people? We just simply don't like city heroes. The city hero with the silver hero license is just like this. Let's clean up the scene and go back to base to be happy. Hello, what are you doing? I'm watching. Watching how long this woman can live. The left arm and left leg were cut off, and the wounds had begun to rot. The right palm was shot through by a bullet, and almost all the ribs were broken. The right eye was stabbed blind. All the nails on the 10 fingers were removed. The vocal cords were artificially burned. The heart rate is erratic, and there is signs of heart failure. Finally, no less than 4 highly toxic components were detected in the blood. It's a miracle that this woman can hold on until now. I'm very curious. What kind of identity does this woman have to deserve being treated like this? The Security Patrol Bureau would never use such cruel means on ordinary people. She won't live long anyway, so why bother with this? Going back and having fun is the most important thing. Hey, you don't want to save this woman, do you? Are you kidding me? I am the most evil villain in Gordon City. Rescue people. Are you insulting me? You scared me. I really thought you wanted to save her. Stop talking nonsense and get going. She's crawling? She's already so badly injured. What else is she going to do? Forget it. There are too many people rotting in unknown alleys in this city every day. What does it have to do with me? A heavy rain will wash away all the sins and blood in this city. After the rain, everything will be forgotten. After convincing himself that he would not rescue the injured young woman, Aesop returned to retrieve her. Nightmare Lair, operating room. Hey, Isao, do you know what we are doing now? What are you doing? You're doing surgery. We are saving someone now. When did you develop this bad habit of saving people? Have you forgotten our aspirations? Of course I didn't forget. I need to become the most evil villain and then let the world experience the horror and greatness of the Percirad family. again. But the prerequisite is that we must be able to create a biological weapon that is powerful enough to destroy the world and surpass the gods. The final disaster, the host of the final disaster, requires the gathering of all extreme negative emotions: pain, anger, sadness, and despair. But the most important thing is to keep a trace of the purest beauty deep in your soul, and that trace of pure beauty is the key to making the final disaster controllable. The reason why our experiments have failed thousands of times is because those experimental prototypes lacked that last point, and this woman just happens to meet all the requirements. But this girl is seriously injured. She may die at any time. Therefore, the experiment of final disaster must be carried out immediately. Now let's divide the work. You go prepare the transplant needed for the experiment, and I'll prepare the fetal blood of the cocoon of despair. No problem. Left arm of the angel of annihilation, the sad right eye of the emerald queen, improved Sichuan type of artificial heart, inexhaustible heart, the fetal blood of the cocoon of despair. Let's start creating miracles. Final disaster. Experimental prototype, code 2252. So, what do we do now? The routine process will begin early tomorrow morning. Observation, cultivation, and testing. What if this chick turns out to be a failure? In that case, we'll destroy her. I won't keep a failure around. Once night falls, Isao can't get it out of his head. The intensive licking session in overly affectionate pet mode from final disaster. Damn it, why can't I sleep? Although the super strengthened cultivation crystal tank has super strong impact resistance and corrosion resistance, for the sake of safety, I still want to take a look. It seems that this girl behaves well. I feel relieved. She's trembling. Is the final disaster afraid of sleeping alone at night? It's none of my business. It's just an experimental subject, and most likely a defective one. After remembering what had happened, Isao decided to move the final disaster. Come out, final disaster. I'll take you to a good place to sleep. Isao Base. Nightmare Nest, 7th floor. High-risk experimental subject observation area. Isao, you bastard. I will eat you alive when I get out. High-risk experiment number 8, Evil Tyrannosaurus. Isao, I will haunt your soul, and then banish it and torture your forever. High-risk experiment number 15, Eye of the Abyss. Among my high-risk experimental subjects, number 8 and number 15 have the most sunny and cheerful personalities. If you live between them, you will definitely not be afraid anymore. Hey, Isao, you bastard. Let me out. Isao, I'll devour your soul. Then you two should get along well. I'm going to sleep. Well, this way, the final disaster won't be alone. Finally, I can have a good sleep. Hey, Big Eyes, this is the high-risk experimental subject detention area. How can this little human girl be locked up with powerful creatures like us? How should I know? Wait, I just heard that bastard Isao say that this chick is the final disaster. The final disaster. This ain't like human being. Are you kidding me? Isao's final disaster experiment has failed thousands of times, but at least he was able to breed some scary creatures before. This time, he actually created a human being. How ridiculous. Hey girl, stop wasting your energy. This is the high-frequency obsidian crystal wall developed by that bastard Isao. Even I, who am frenzied, can't break it. If you can break it, I'll be your mount. Yes, even my strongest magic ray can't penetrate it, let alone a weak human like you. If you can break it, I will be your pet, afflicted by being locked up every time. The final disaster activated the left arm of the angel of annihilation. Wait, what the hell is that? What the hell is this trick? The final disaster uses the power of the arm to melt the crystal wall. She herself is surprised by the situation. The other inmates are no less surprised than she is. Big sister, please accept my respect. From now on, I will be your mount. Please help me melt the white crystal wall here. Big sister, from now on, I am willing to be your pet. Please let me out. Meanwhile, Isao and Cheese are sleeping peacefully. What the hell is going on? Why did the alarm in the high-risk experimental subject detention area go off? And it is the most urgent Level 4 alert. This means that the white crystal walls of at least 3 high-risk experimental subject detention rooms have been destroyed, and the experimental subjects are completely out of control. We must suppress them quickly before they cause more damage. The ones who escaped from the detention were the high-risk experimental subject, number 8, evil Tyrannosaurus in the isolation room, F202, and number 15, Abyss Eye in F204, and, F203? I remember this holding cell was empty. Show me. She materialized the transplanted left arm of the Angel of Destruction. Damn it. You need to explain to me first how the final disaster was transferred to the high-risk experimental subject observation area. High-risk experimental subject observation area. I say you two have had enough of this, right? You bastard, I see you. You've kept me like a guinea pig for so long. I'm going to teach you a lesson. What the hell is this? This is a capsule grenade filled with more than 200 dragon spider eggs. As a dragon, you should know what a dragon spider is, right? A dragon spider that specially parasitizes dragons and sub-dragons and feeds on them. Once parasitized, it will surely kill you. So smart. You got it right. While Isau's attention is being drawn to the idiot evil Tyrannosaurus, I'll use my magic ray to dissolve him directly. My eyes are going blind. Isao, you damned bastard. So, are you two going to continue being naughty or go back to the detention room? Do you think you can make us surrender like this? We still have our big sister. That's right. Our big sister can melt even your toughest high-frequency white crystal wall in an instant. You will never be her opponent, big sister. That is, it really is the final disaster. Damn it, if that guy loses control, it will be really troublesome. Isao, you have a look of fear on your face for the first time in a long time. Big sister, that bastard Isao imprisoned and experimented on us, noble creatures like guinea pigs. It is such a great humiliation. Big sister, you must vent our anger for us. Hey, don't you have a contingency plan to suppress the final disaster? Theoretically, all known existing material means cannot 100% suppress the final disaster. Too bad. Isao, it's not too late to beg for mercy now. Help me get rid of the dragon spider eggs on my body and then lick my toenails. I can even plead with the big sister on your behalf to spare your life. You are a little later, the big sister might take your life. Big sister, what are you doing? Final disaster, I say. Are you done yet? Okay, I understand what you mean is, I don't want to sleep here, so I can find you another place. So stop licking. Are you a dog? Big sister, where is the move you used to melt the white crystal wall just now? So, how can I thank you two for instigating the final disaster to destroy the isolation room and disrupt my healthy routine? So tired, so sleepy. Hey, stop it. Don't press the elevator button, idiot. I am a noble dragon, even if I wear a restraint reflection suit. Don't use such an idiotic style. How can I still be here in the future? High-risk experimental body area is a mess. Eyes, my eyes, take these onions away. Nine-headed dragon cub. So now the question is, final disaster doesn't want to sleep in laboratory O, nor does she want to sleep in high-risk experimental subject observation and isolation area. So where should she sleep tonight? Very simple. Let her sleep in your room. You idiot, stinky rat. How could I let the experimental subject sleep in the same room with me? But the current situation is that Disaster Chick is only close to you. What if you let her sleep somewhere else and she gets into trouble again? So it's safest to keep her by your side. That's for sure. After all, I added my soul extract to the cultivation process of final disaster, so I have a natural affinity for final disaster. So here's the problem. I didn't put the bottle of your soul extract you gave me into the cultivation tank of final disaster, but I drank it as wine. What did you say? Hey, you can't blame me for this. You had to order me around when I was drunk, and you know that the materialized liquid soul extract will emit a mellow aroma similar to fine wine. If I get drunk, then I will think of it as wine. Damn it, you idiot. Now we don't even have the last line of defense. Once the final disaster goes berserk, we're all done for. Behind. Look behind. Hey, Xiaoju is not a toy. Come out now. Didn't you hear my order? Come out now, right now, I said. Come out. Ugh, idiot. Do you know how heavy you are? Hurry up and get up. Final disaster as the master. I order you to never ever enter Xiaoju's water tank again. Okay, I'll leave the final disaster to you. I'm going to sleep. What? You stinky rat, you are not allowed to sleep. Why are you leaving me alone? Hey, final disaster is a soft girl after all. I advise you to be gentle with her. If you provoke her to go berserk, the consequences will be disastrous. What a soft girl. She's just an experimental subject. Be gentler. Never mind. Let her take a bath first. Don't move. I scanned her 3 times, and it seems that she really doesn't have any pathogens. But even so, I don't want a test subject to take a bath in my bathtub. Okay, when I get out, you go take a shower by yourself, understand? Understand absolutely nothing. Wait for me after I leave, you. Take off clothes. Come in here and take a shower. Got it? Hey, I told you to take it off after I leave. Idiot. Wait, why am I being shy? In the eyes of a great alchemist, experimental subjects have no gender. I have to face it. Damn it. In the end, I still have to give this troublesome girl a bath myself. Don't move or open your eyes. If shampoo gets into your eyes and you go blind, I won't be responsible. Okay, head up. I couldn't open my eyes because of the water, but to be honest, this biological carbon-based shell is indeed somewhat deceptive. I'm not your babysitter. Just dry yourself. Even if you are the final disaster, I won't serve you, eh? Damn, it hurts. Really, she should have been taken to the disinfection room and sprayed with a high-pressure water gun. Hey, I found a riot caller, if you are worried about the final disaster attacking you. It seems I'm overthinking, you guys continue. Idiot, it's not what you think. However, I think if you are doing that kind of thing with a high-risk experimental subject, it is better to wear a fluid protection suit to be safer. Get out. It's hard for him. No matter how strong his alchemy skills are, he is still a virgin after all. Master, you can rest assured there is nothing wrong with your sexual fetish. Really convinced. To finish drying the final disaster, Isao takes a hairdryer. But this one looks like a pistol, and it brings back terrible memories to the final disaster. Sit tight, I'll blow dry your hair. Where did she go? Completely traumatized, she hides in the shower. What is she doing? Stop it. Do you know what time it is now? What's going on? What did I do just now to make her so scared? She's not even afraid of the evil Tyrannosaurus and the eye of the abyss. It's the hairdryer. Because the hairdryer is shaped like a pistol, it reminds her of the night when she was chased by the bullet gentleman. It seems that her brain still has some memory of her personality before the experiment. What a troublesome experimental subject. Hey, final disaster. To calm her down, Isao shows her the hairdryer, turns it on and points it at his face. He also uses it to create acoustic turbulence, disrupting the sound waves produced by his voice with the wind from the hairdryer. Like a child, she is immediately captivated by the phenomenon, which makes her fear disappear, and so she ends up spending her time playing with it.
20 minutes later.
If I had known this, I should have let her be afraid of the hairdryer all the time. I went to so much trouble to create you, not for you to play with a hairdryer at night. Acting cute is useless. If you behave well, I can give it to you to play with later. But now, get out and go to bed immediately. So, now comes the question. Where should this troublesome girl sleep tonight? First of all, I absolutely cannot let a test subject sleep on my bed. This is my absolute bottom line as an alchemist. While Isao asked himself the question, the final disaster had already made up its mind. Idiot, who allowed you to sleep on my bed? Get up. Listen carefully. As a test subject, you are not allowed to go to my bed. Do you understand? Just sleep on the floor. Don't move around. Don't make any noise. And don't go to the bathroom to look for a hairdryer. I can finally sleep. However, it still feels dangerous to bring her in the bedroom, although the final disaster has not shown any aggression towards me so far. But what if it goes berserk at night? Observe discreetly. Judging from this guy's appearance, the chances of him going berserk should be relatively low. No matter, go to sleep. What is she doing again? Hey, sleep well and don't move. Ah, that's good. Are you serious? I wonder why you are making a scene so late at night. What? Lying on the ground with very little clothing and no blanket, the final disaster shivered from the cold. Cheese room. So disgusting. Wake up, you stinky rat. This stinky rat, he just slept well and left all the trouble to me. Abac bedbug. It stinks so much. Isao, you are sick. Who told you to throw the final disaster to me? So you used the bug eater to smoke me in the middle of the night? Not entirely. I just wanted to ask if you have any extra bedding. It turns out it was for that disaster chick. You keep saying you didn't like her, but the body of a teenage virgin is still very honest. Stop talking nonsense. We will conduct physical and confrontation tests on it tomorrow. Before collecting the immunity data of the experimental subject, we must ensure the stability of her body functions as much as possible. No, you are borrowing my bedding. Don't you have 6 sets of bedding? Why don't you just give her one? No way. Each one corresponds to a day I've carefully chosen. Monday and Sunday are the cycles of the week, so we use the Ouroboros bedding, which represents an infinite cycle. Tuesday and Wednesday are the days to deepen your alchemical research. So using the bedding set with alchemical symbols will make it easiest to enter the state of wandering in the sea of alchemical knowledge. Thursday is the day for the routine purification of the water of life, Azoth. The color of the purified Azoth is purple, so I will cover myself with the pure purple blanket. Of course, the main reason is that pure purple is my mother's favorite color. Friday is the day when my favorite TV series, The Art of Crime, is broadcast. So on Friday, I must cover the same 4-piece bedding set as the main character, Jack of Hearts, in the TV series, which is officially authorized last Saturday. I know this. In order to motivate yourself to create the most powerful biological weapon, Final Disaster, you printed the expected form of Final Disaster on the blanket. You really are brain damaged. Isn't that chick the Final Disaster? So, there is nothing wrong with a blanket with a Final Disaster pattern printed on it. Impeccable logic. Strictly speaking, before it passes the testing, it is not qualified to be called the Final Disaster. You can say all you want, but I only have 1 set of bedding. I can't give it to you. Don't even think about it. It's obviously a rat, but it still needs to be covered with a blanket. Isao gives in and decides to give the blanket with the Final Disaster print. As the owner, I have been kind enough to lend you this blanket. Please take good care of it. Don't drool on the quilt when you sleep. Avoid rolling back and forth. Did you hear me? To be on the safe side, we should give her a riot collar. No matter, my brain is completely unable to think. After Isao fell asleep, the Final Disaster woke up. Thursday, 41st day of the month, in the new calendar, year 337. Isao, the greatest alchemist of this century, get up. Isao, the greatest alchemist of this century, get up. Isao, the greatest alchemist of this century, get up. Shit. I forgot to set the alarm last night. It's all that guy's fault. I haven't even gotten 8 hours of sleep yet. Huh? Wait, this warmth in my ears. Could it be? When did this guy crawl into my bed? No matter how you look at this guy, she doesn't look like the Final Disaster at all. Isao, how did you sleep last night? Hey, where's Disaster Chick? I don't know. Don't know? Are you kidding? It would be bad if she sneaked into the high-risk experimental subject observation area or experimental area again. Check the surveillance cameras of these 2 areas immediately. You go to the monitoring room first. I'll be there soon. Okay, then I will... Hey, your quilt is moving. You have eye problems. How could the quilt move? Too bad. She secretly climbed up here last night. Well, considering our relationship, why do you have to hide it? For an adolescent virgin, I can understand that you have such a need. Not only will I not laugh at you, but I will be happy for you. Our little Isao has finally grown up. Isao, you bastard. You actually sprayed me with 300% concentrated bug-eating scent gland extract. This is what we developed to deal with city heroes. Really, I've already told you that she climbed up here on her own at night, and you're still talking nonsense to me. Hurry up and pack up, and prepare to start a comprehensive test of final disaster. Experimental body testing area. Basic body data collection room. Hey, don't look up. If you look up, the measurement won't be accurate. Height measurement test. 171 centimeters, 171 centimeters. Okay? By the way, Disaster Girl is 11 centimeters taller than you. If you want to kiss her, you have to stand on tiptoe. Idiot. I'm still in my puberty period. Also, who wants to kiss her? Weight 64 kilograms. So light. No, that's not right. The left arm of the Angel of Ashes alone weighs far more than 64 kilograms. Add to that the ultra-high density fetal blood of the cocoon of despair injected into her body, and her weight should be at least 800 kilograms. Then, the most important thing is bust size. Let me see. Holy shit, it's a perfect 36D. Idiot, don't just measure some useless data. Okay, let's test your lung function. Follow my example and take a deep breath as far as you can. Then, put your mouth towards this and blow hard. Isao blows out all the air he's sucked in, starting up the measuring machine. Okay, it's your turn. That's right. Then blow hard. What are you waiting for? Blow into this. Instead of blowing into the machine, she grabs Isao by the head. Hello? What are you doing? Don't blow in my mouth, idiot. She blows all the air directly into Isao's mouth. How's that? Have you finished your spirometry? Stinky rat. Ugh, come save me. I've started to get used to it. Happy with her achievement, she looks at the spirometry to see the result, but nothing happens. Meanwhile, Isao washes his mouth to disinfect himself. I laughed my ass off. You must be the only one in the Percirad family who was kissed by his own experiment. So take a good look at it. Isn't the mouth of the little girl of disaster sweet? You've been talking too much nonsense lately, you stinky rat. I've tested it more than a dozen times. That girl doesn't carry any pathogens. You don't need to wear a chemical mask. Stop talking nonsense. The following tests are all for you to do. I will do it. I will do it. You're really a little virgin who doesn't know how to appreciate the blessing. Sit and reach position, 8 centimeters. Subject's flexibility rating D, within normal human standard range. 50-meter run, 6.2 seconds. Subject's lower limb explosive power rating is D, within the normal human standard range. One-handed grip strength test, 51 kilograms. Subject's grip strength rating D, within the normal human standard range. Judging from her physical data, she is no different from ordinary humans. Maybe Disaster Girl hasn't entered the combat state yet, and these are just basic physical tests. What's really important are the attack method and intensity test, and various types of physical resistance and endurance tests. That's true. Let's get her into combat mode right away. Have you figured out what to do? It's simple. Find the most bloodthirsty experimental subject and lock them up together using super high-risk subject 0 as a test subject. Are you crazy? That's subject 0. We should test it gradually, slowly increasing the strength. The first one should be the weakest, non-hazardous experimental creature, the grassland white rabbit. If you want to talk about the weakest creature, if I remember correctly, it should be laboratory mice, right? Idiot. I told you not to use rats in experiments. Although they are both rodents, they are different species from you. Aren't you a sewer rat? Stop talking nonsense. So, do you really think this non-dangerous creature can inspire her fighting desire? Humph. Who just said that harmless creatures can't inspire her bloodthirsty fighting desire? If even such a cute little white rabbit can arouse her bloodlust, then I can't imagine how she would go on a killing spree if I took her to a crowded place. The more I think about it, the more excited I get. However, the final disaster had no ill intentions towards the rabbit. Quite the opposite, in fact. For Isao, excitement turned to disappointment. He decides to change his plan. If the final disaster doesn't want to attack, the rabbit will make the first move. What did you inject into that rabbit? The newly upgraded Furious Evolution 6 has increased its mutation speed by 29 times. The effects of mutation are instantaneous. Eyes turned red. The rabbit's body undergoes non-normal growth. Next to it, the final disaster looks very small. To inspire the final disaster's desire to fight, the target must be at least this level. Let's give it the temporary code name of the experimental subject, Super Rabbit Beast number 1. Fight, fight, fight. This idiot whose head is full of alchemy really doesn't know how to be gentle with women. Hey, why don't you take a gamble in this situation? What to bet on? The bet is whether Disaster Girl will dodge the punch or take it head on. The stakes are this week's base cleanup. No problem. I bet she'll hide. I bet it's hardwired. Wait, where's that guy? Not seeing the final disaster after the rabbit attack, they had no idea she'd climbed on it. The rabbit falls on his back, and the final disaster rubs up against it with great affection, which makes the rabbit blush. This guy really has no desire to fight at all. Ultra high risk, restricted area. But Isao, even if her fighting desire is far lower than expected, she can still be trained slowly. Let her face the super high-risk number, 0, directly. What if she dies? If she dies, it means she is a failure. A failure has no other value except increasing the probability of success of the next experimental subject. We have arrived at the ultra-high-risk number, 0 experimental subject detention room. Seriously, Isao, it's not too late to change your mind. We have placed our strongest transplants on Disaster Girl this time. If something unexpected happens later, we will suffer a great loss. You should know that with the character of the super high-risk number, 0, she will definitely kill the Disaster Girl. I said what I want is a death blow. If she is not allowed to smell the scent of death, she will not be able to transform into the true final disaster. We have failed too many times. I've had enough. As Isao puts on his costume, the final disaster strokes his head with total innocence. Hey, the experimental subject is not qualified to show affection to the master. Listen carefully. If you don't use the true power of final disaster to fight super high danger number 0, then you will definitely be killed by number 0. The only purpose of your creation is to become the strongest biological weapon, to help me conquer the world. It's a pity to use such a beautiful girl to fight. It's also good to keep her as the mascot of the organization. 1 little Isao, 2 little Isao, ultra high-risk experimental subject, number 0, Dark Plague Evil Seed, Lucille. Lucille, I'm here to see you. Little Isao, after 1,322 days, you finally couldn't help but come to see me. Number 0, I am here to tell you that I have created the final disaster, and you are no longer my strongest experimental subject. Impossible, impossible. I, Lucille, am your strongest experimental subject. Cheese, bring in the final disaster. Before I knew it, she had slipped in. You idiot, you can't even judge people, right? Lucille sees another woman approaching Isao, and she becomes furious. Blonde bitch, get your stinky hands off Isao! Frightened, the final disaster timidly takes refuge behind Isao. See? She is the experimental subject final disaster, the strongest experimental subject I have ever created. Lucille, if you want to regain your status as the strongest experimental subject, defeat her. At first she was furious, but at the same time she saw an opportunity. If I beat her, I want you to stay here with me all day. No problem. Then let me hold you to sleep. Don't push your luck. Don't worry, little Isao. I will definitely destroy your new experimental subject. You can only be mine. Then you better give it your all later. Listen carefully. Final disaster. If you don't fight this time, you will really die. If you are really killed by Lucille, it proves that you are a failure. I will never rescue you. Let's do it for the best of our situation. Isolation safety gate number 1 is closed. Even after Isao's explanation, the final disaster is still unaware of the situation. That's right, as the last descendant of Percirad, the leader of the terrorist organization Purity Research Society, and the evil alchemist Baron Isao, this is the attitude I should have towards the experimental subjects. Finally, back on track. Ultra high-risk detention monitoring room, number 0. So, have you comforted the little girl? Enough of the bullshit. Get ready to start the test and free Lucille. It's up to you. You really sent her to his death. Let's see if you will regret it later. Finally, I can get out and move my body. Wait and see the wonderful slaughter show, little Isao. Eat some potato chips and watch. They all taste like cheese, just eat them slowly. Hey, you've never disliked cheese-flavored potato chips before. Why is your expression so serious? Don't worry, Lucille is wearing an alchemical matrix riot collar around her neck. At the critical moment when she wants to kill Disaster Girl, it can completely suppress the activity of the dark plague virus in her body. So let's take another gamble. Let's bet on who will win this test. I'm betting on Lucille, and the stakes are control of the TV remote for next week. I bet on the final disaster because she can only win or die. Don't waste your time, you can't open it. What's wrong with this bitch? She seems to have absolutely no desire to fight or murderous intent. It doesn't matter. As long as I kill you, little Isao will be mine. Lucille is taking action. Disaster Chick didn't react at all. What kind of garbage will eventually become a disaster? Turn it into nutrients for me. How did this guy turn around and grab my hand? This means that she has sensed Lucille's lethal threat and is preparing to enter combat mode. The final disaster finally stood up. What the hell is this guy doing? Where is she taking me? When they arrived at the door, she showed Lucille the door to let her know she'd like to open it. Hey, so she grabbed Lucille's hand just now. Couldn't she just want Lucille to help her open the door? No, isn't she really that stupid to such an incredible degree? You guy, you don't want me to open the door for you, do you? When Lucille asked her the question, she nodded and smiled. Lucille burst out laughing. Little Isao, the strongest biological weapon you created, turned out to be an idiot. Let me tell you how to get out of here. You need to be corroded by my dark plague virus until only a pile of brittle bones remained. Finally, you'll be dumped into the non-recyclable trash and taken out. Contaminated by Lucille's virus, the final disaster is gradually weakening. Oops, the strongest biochemical weapon, final disaster, seems to be poisoned. You have to remember that there is only one strongest biological weapon for little Isao, and that is me, super high danger number 0. Hey, the dark plague virus is infecting the flesh and organs of the disaster girl through the epithelial cells of her skin. How is that possible? We have tested before. The red blood cells in the cocoon of despair blood will kill all pathogens that want to infect it, including Lucille's dark plague virus. Contaminated by Lucille's virus, it spreads rapidly across the final disaster. It's so easy, and you are going to die. That is so boring. Hey, stop the confrontation experiment. Disaster Girl is dying. What are you talking about? You see, the test data showed that the dark plague virus only infected 30% of red blood cells, 42% of organ cells, and 38% of nerve cells, far below the critical value of death. Only death can make the blood of the cocoon of despair in her body boil, forcing her to become the true final disaster. As the only assistant of this Baron, please keep calm. Isao, is this really the final disaster? She's so weak I didn't even have enough fun. Hey, you were so energetic and cool just now, and you even dared to ask me to open the door for you. Why are you silent now? Hey, the dark plague virus has infected over 70% of the body's cells. Why don't you stop it? Don't be impatient. Wait a little longer. Because the inexhaustible heart is a mechanical, artificial heart, the dark plague cannot infect it, and it has not yet infected her brain nerve cells. It seems that little Isao doesn't care much about this guy. I misunderstood, if that's the case. Just prepare a grand pre-dinner ceremony. Although it's a garbage experiment, it tastes surprisingly delicious. So I started to enjoy it. The dark plague virus has infected 90% of the cells in Disaster Girl's body. We can't wait any longer. We must immediately activate the alchemical matrix riot collar worn by Lucille. Cheese tries to neutralize Lucille, but Isao stops him. Hey, Isao, you. It's not time yet. Wait a little longer. It's not time yet. She's not ready at all. We can't just watch her being devoured by Lucille. Stop it, you stinky rat. You just think she's pretty. The previous test subjects have never seen you so soft-hearted. Don't forget our ambition. Let the world surrender to our Percirad family. Both the final disaster and Lucille are just tools to achieve this goal. As the situation worsens in Lucille's cell, the final disaster can be heard in the control room, trying to pronounce master. When did Disaster Chick learn to talk? Did you teach her? I gave her a little lesson last night. The night before, the final disaster wanted to go to bed again, after being kicked out of bed by Isao. No means no. The experimental subject cannot go to bed. Freelose, the final disaster huddles timidly. Listen up. If you call me master, I will make an exception and let you sleep in the bed for 30 minutes. Although this guy's vocal cords were damaged by artificial burns before, the culture medium Azoth that I soaked her in has already repaired all the injuries on her body, and her vocal cords have long since grown back. The final disaster opens her mouth to speak, but no words come out. So there was only one reason why she couldn't speak now. Her vocal cords had been burned for too long, so long that she had forgotten how to speak. Come and repeat after me. Isao divides the word master into 2 syllables to facilitate pronunciation, but the result is the same. Is it so difficult? The only sound that came out of his mouth was, "Ah, this guy is really stupid. Okay, go to sleep now." When Isao decides to give up and go to sleep, the final disaster perseveres and tries to pronounce the 2 syllables. Despite the difficulty, she tries again and again until she falls asleep. Back to Lucille's cell. So you can talk, but it's useless even if you call him master. Little Isao doesn't need a waist like you. Get ready to feast. Just when Lucille wanted to finish off the final disaster, her restraining collar activates. Heat-stripping alchemy. Matrix activated. Little Isao. Ahem, I think you're right. Those transplants are priceless. It would be a shame if Lucille ate them. Don't worry. I definitely don't think you pressed the emergency brake button because Disaster Chick called you master and you softened your heart. After all, you are the most evil villain in Gordon City, right? Of course. I'll go and fetch that useless idiot out. Do you need my help? No need. Arriving in Lucille's cell, Isao finds the final disaster on the floor, covered by Lucille's virus. The final disaster is glad of Isao's intervention. Don't call me master. You don't deserve it. But Isao doesn't share that joy. Shut up. Go back and wait for solitary confinement. This guy is so heavy. Why? You never stopped all the confrontation tests you arranged for me, even when the rarest test subjects were about to be killed by me. Why? Why did you do this to her? Obviously, whether it's fighting, body shape, or love for little Isao, she is far inferior to me. You're overthinking it. The reason I stopped her is because she has many important organs for transplantation. If they are devoured by you, the final disaster experiment can no longer proceed. Oh, then it's okay. The first gentleman is. The results of the Miss City pageant in Gordon City are out. City Hero White Queen. Since you can't bear to part with Disaster Girl, it's really a waste of time to organize this confrontation test. Wow, the White Queen's breasts are really big. Experimental Subject 0, Lucille. Huh, this. Isao, get out of the detention room number 0 immediately. Why are you yelling so loudly all of a sudden? My eardrums are about to be shattered. No, Lucille's alchemical matrix riot collar has failed. Her body temperature is rising rapidly. What did you say? Isao had no time to react. Lucille was already behind him. The anti-riot collar is not broken. Little Isao, as the strongest alchemist, you should understand that viruses will evolve according to the environment for more than 1,000 days. I was locked up in the detention room. I kept constantly, continuously, deliberately triggering the extreme cold matrix of the riot alchemy matrix collar. Finally, a week ago, the dark plague cells in my body cannot tolerate the extreme cold. All have died. And now I have fully evolved extreme cold tolerance. Lucille, you win. I will fulfill my promise. Stay calm. You must stay calm. The only means of suppression has failed. You must not provoke her again. Spend a day with me? That's not enough. Lucille takes off Isao's mask. Her hand on his face, she injects her virus into him, and the virus is spreading rapidly over Isao. Oh, little Isao, I finally entered your body now. I can feel the activity of every cell in your body. Isao, your body has been infected by the dark plague virus. Don't worry, little mouse. The virus I introduced into his body is in a latent state under my control and won't attack his cells. How could I harm my little Isao? Wait, this is... In Isao's cells, Lucille finds salivary traces of the final disaster. Why is that waste salivary amylase found on the epithelial cells on Isao's lips? Did you bitch kiss my little Isao? As the evil seed of the Black Plague, Lucille is herself a collection of viruses. She has the ability to identify biological elements at the cellular level. This time, it's truly doomed. Why is there waste salivary amylase on the epithelial cells on Isao's lips? Did you bitch kiss my little Isao? As the evil seed of the Black Plague, Lucille is herself a collection of viruses. She has the ability to identify biological elements at the cellular level. This time, it's truly doomed. This discovery only worsens the conditions of the final disaster. Unforgivable. I will use the dark plague to invade every nerve cell of yours, making you feel the extreme pain of living a life worse than death. Lucille is the host, assimilation body of the strongest virus I developed, dark plague, and can tolerate almost any organic or inorganic compound. Even dragon spider toxin and slime maker are ineffective against it. The only thing that can suppress Lucille is the ultra-low temperature of the alchemical matrix riot caller, but she has evolved her own dark plague virus to be cold-resistant, making up for the only shortcoming. What should I do now? The void matter that can annihilate everything is still in the research stage, and using it rashly may destroy the entire base. Damn it, is there really nothing that can suppress her? I have an idea. What is it? It's you. Lucille's obsession with you is beyond words. Although I don't know why it can't infect your myocardial cells and brain cells, it doesn't matter. As long as it eats away the rest of your flesh and blood, it will be fine. Lucille, it's time to stop. I'll repeat it one last time. You're threatening me with yourself for this idiot, I said. She is not important, but her body is the most important experimental asset of my Percirad family, no doubt about it. Without these assets, I would not be able to conquer the world and restore the glory of the Percirad family. What would be the point of living? Isao's acting skills have improved a lot. See, did Lucille agree so readily? Is this a new way to control Lucille? It's embarrassing, though. After digesting her, I will help little Isao to revive the family and conquer the world. She still can't listen at all. Become the nutrient of the dark plague virus. Looks like I have to use my trump card. So, you have a trump card to restrain Lucille? Why didn't you use it earlier? Of course, it's because this killer move is embarrassing. If you want me to hold you in my arms every night, stop it now. Really? Yes. Lucille is already looking forward to sleeping in Isao's arms. What do you think of my proposal? I can choose not to kill that bastard, but I have 2 additional requests. What are the requirements? First, I will swap places with that loser. She will be locked up in this detention room forever, and I will go out and live with little Isao. This guy really has a strong desire for revenge, but now I can only agree to it. Slowly find a new way to suppress Lucille, and then find a chance to bring out the final disaster. I agreed. What about the second one? The second one. Hey, wake up, you trash bitch. Let her look carefully. Lucille, this isn't necessary, is it? Who asked her to steal little Isao's first kiss? This is already a bargain for her. The key is that the final disaster doesn't understand any of this. Lucille kisses Isao in front of the final disaster. Seeing them kiss, the final disaster felt a strong pain in his chest. At the time, Isao didn't know it, but he'd been wrong about the final disaster's feelings. This guy actually put his tongue. The final disaster was not the only witness to the scene. As his friend, I am happy for him, but as his lab assistant, I feel sad for him. So, should I be happy or sad? After their brief moment of romance, Lucille doesn't hide her joy. Isao's saliva is so delicious. You are still the same as always. You like that purple roll-in fruit-flavored toothpaste. No matter how much disinfectant you spray, it's useless. Little Isao, my cells have already taken root in your body forever. While Lucille enjoys her moment of glory, the final disaster's pain in her chest intensifies. Suddenly, her antibodies begin to devour Lucille's virus until she is completely cured. Impossible. Lucille is caught by the final disaster without time to react. That is, the left hand of the Angel of Destruction. Without hesitation, the final disaster uses the left hand of the Angel of Destruction to burn Lucille. Damn it, this melt-feathered dragon bird has clearly eaten the food soaked in Emerald King Butterfly pupa liquid. Why hasn't it lost consciousness yet? But it doesn't matter. Chow has safely left the purgatory roundabout, and that's enough. I won't be grateful for your self-sacrifice, idiot. Tide. Don't leave me again, you hear me? I told you that the kissing scene must be out of position. Who allowed you to stick your stinky mouth out here? Cut. Mr. Xiao Huo, we have prepared a deep-sea giant clam feast for you. Please eat and take a rest first. There is a problem with the chairman's show. I will go and take a look. Gordon City, White Queen Films, temporary filming base number 12th, artificial crater. Chairman, please calm down. White Empress, City Hero number 2, chairman of White Queen Film and Television Entertainment Group, Queen of the World. We just hired this guy, and he doesn't understand the rules here. But he's the actor we could find who looks most like the first mayor. He only looks similar but has none of his father's charm. Also, his acting is terrible. His expression when he was acting burned was too fake. Let's change him. Of course, after all, your father is the one who created this great city. However, for the actor of Mr. Gordon, we have changed more than 700 people and interviewed more than 2,000 people. Our budget has been seriously overspent. What do I think it is? It's just money. I will increase the budget of the film crew of Hunting Feather Season by 200 million. Go to my bank to withdraw the money. What? My bank was robbed. Yes, this gang of robbers is a two-man team. One was a human, and the other was a rodent subhuman. They placed a timed poison gas device in the bank's ventilation vents in advance, paralyzing everyone in the bank before carrying out the robbery. That's it. A man brings the bomb to the Queen of the World. This is, in addition, the chief of the Lighthouse District Security Patrol Bureau, Bullet Gentleman Hallmilk, was hit by an unknown biological weapon while chasing the two robbers and turned into a disgusting slime. Now the Lighthouse District Office is in a mess, and they are seeking help from the General Administration. Tell those good-for-nothings in the Security Patrol that they don't need to get involved in this matter. That's right, the Lighthouse District is your hero execution area after all. Regardless of whether or not it was my hero execution zone, the robbers might have the answer to an important question I've always wanted to know. Send out all the group's manpower to find the robbers at all costs. Yes, Chairman, what's next? Please suspend the filming. I have more important things to do. During the suspension period, all the crew members will be paid. Thank you, Chairman. Then that male lead. Almost forgot about that guy. Do you want to kiss me? I was wrong. I will never do it again. Extremely cold ice. No, don't. If you can melt this extremely cold ice in your mouth, I will spare you. Also, if your face didn't look a bit like my father, you would have been dead when you put your stinky mouth close to me just now. In this world, no man can touch me with his mouth except my father. Sitting with her back to the wall, a little girl seems to be shaking with fear as a female shadow approaches her. Who allowed you to play with toys while mopping the floor? The woman snatches the doll from the little girl's hands. Then throw it on the ground where the bucket of water has been spilled. It's so unlucky to be carrying something given to you by a dead bitch all day long. Aunt Jimin, I was wrong. Please don't step on it. Gee man, there's no need to hit her so hard just because the water spilled. Okay, you want to play the father-daughter love scene with me, right? Mel, don't forget who made you the #1 dramatist in the kingdom, from a minor actor in a small, trashy theater troupe that couldn't even get enough food to eat. Is it your family that volunteered to provide child soldiers? Yes, that's right, it's that damn girl. Jimin, who is he? Why didn't you knock before coming into the house? Knock on the door. Humph, there is no place in the kingdom where we hellhounds need to knock before entering, including the king's bedroom. You are from the hellhounds? Jima, what on earth are you going to do? Of course, to help that bastard find a good home. I heard that members of the Hellhound organization have to be trained from childhood, so I asked my father and the commander of the Hellhounds to apply for it. Is this the girl? Yes, it's her. Although she's small, she's very strong and can stand starvation. She can still talk even after being starved for 3 days. She's definitely a good candidate to be a hellhound. Oh, this look is very good. Humph. We'll take this girl. Daddy, I don't want to go. Experimental subjects were routinely anesthetized and had a full-body examination. Hey, why is Super Rabbit #1's chest hair falling off so much for no reason? He was fine yesterday. Is he sick? How do I know? By the way, you just came out of the bedroom. Is Disaster Chick awake? She has been in a coma for 3 days after defeating Lucille with the left hand of the Angel of Ashes. Not yet, but his vital signs are stable, so there shouldn't be any major problems. Oh, and Aesop, what did you ask me for needlework yesterday? Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to like it and subscribe. Have a nice day.